What? X Harper here, WWE2k19. It is Thanksgiving in America. So happy Thanksgiving, y'all. It's my first Thanksgiving living over here, so everything's still really new to me. I didn't realize that it was on lockdown. Everybody seems to have it off as a holiday. In England, it's just a Thursday, like it's not a big deal. But what I wanted to do was just say happy Thanksgiving and also update you on how things are going in my game, especially with my community creations. So I'm going to jump straight into that. I had this beautiful little surprise yesterday when I was looking online. I was very, very thankful. At a perfect time to be. I went over 30,000 downloads like last night or late last night, sometime yesterday. And so this is a huge milestone for me because it's... When I started this game, I set out loads of targets. I set out a load of goals at what I wanted to reach, numbers that I wanted to get to this year. Last year, I actually had just over 42 or 43,000 downloads in the game in total. So that obviously goes to show you that within a month and a half, I've managed to get 30,000, which is, I think last year I was at like 10 to 12, maybe 15,000 max. So I'm really, really pleased with the amount of downloads that I've got so far. And I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who has either downloaded my content, follows me on social, or has subscribed to this channel, or even just watched one of the videos. So if you are watching this, I just want to say a massive thank you to you. Without you, I would not be as grateful and as thankful as I am today. I hope that the content has helped. I hope that you found it fun. I am going to try and create some more stuff. Maybe not today, but definitely over the coming days, I'm going to be creating more. So please, 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 your feedback is so important to me. Not only on what you think about the channel, what you think about me and my presentation with all this stuff, but actually my creations as well. So if you want to see more and you would like me to create more, please just let me know. Hit me up in the comments here. Find me on social media. Message me there. Wherever it is that you want to find me out, just find me, send me a message, and I will have a look at whatever your suggestions are and try and create them. What I'm going to do is try and quickly run through all of the creations I've got, new ones that I've added, old ones that I've deleted, and just sort of recommend some more stuff to you. And then later in the video, I'm also going to recommend a couple of videos that you should definitely 100% watch, because they help you as a creator. So if you enjoy creating content on the game, this video that I'm going to recommend is for you. It's made by some great guys that I also want to just give a shout out to, especially on Thanksgiving. I want to be a little bit more outward focused today and just sort of tell you about some really good creators that are out there, rather than just try and focus on my content all the time. So let's get my bit out of the way first, and then we can get into that later. So I got Karma Mustafa. I've basically completed the Nation of Domination myself. If you didn't know this, I've got a video on my YouTube channel that goes through all of the Nation of Domination. I have done some minor changes to them since that video, but it's literally just changing the attire to make it like a darker black. So I've got Karma Mustafa, I've got Farouk, who's been one of my biggest downloads as a core this year, which is awesome. And then Not That D'Lo Brown, you can ignore that one because I don't really know why I've left it on the game. This is the D'Lo Brown that I recreated and edited and put that one up. That one's doing a lot better, as you can see with downloads. I also think that one's a lot closer to the real life D'Lo Brown. When you're in game in particular, it looks a lot even better. I think that the profile picture doesn't do this justice, and neither does the long distance preview that you get when you're in game with him. And you've put all of his, when you see his entrance, you'll understand that this guy looks awesome and you should download him. Anyway, that's the Nation of Domination. I did an old Booker T. That's doing okay. There are loads of Booker T's out there, so you might want a different one. There's a giant, which I don't even download that. There's a better giant out there made by someone else. It's random. I just did it at the very beginning of the game, because I always do every year. Fatu's doing pretty good. He's doing a lot better than I expected. He looks really good as well. To be honest, his attire was dead easy to make. It was like so simple, it's ridiculous. So that was like a really quick and easy core that I could create for you. The Disciple, as part of my NWO, he again is a really good creation. I would recommend that you download him. Not that Triple H, don't worry about him. Owen Hart was made by a great guy called Gorilla Nuts on Twitter. You can follow him. I just edited his entrance attire. That's all I did. I added the Owen 316 and the leather jacket, which funnily enough I noticed another creator who recently did a really good core of him also used mine. I think he used my entrance as a template with the leather jacket and the Owen 316. It looks great, especially if you're a fan of the Attitude Era like I am. Ghost is my character. It's who I use in my career mode. I also use him in my universe mode. It's not me, it's just a character that I've created. I love his attire. I love the NWO, as you can see, so I've created 2 attires. I love his entrance attire in particular, looks really cool, so I hope you like that one. You don't have to download it, 3 people have, and I'm, again, Thanksgiving, very thankful to those 3 people for doing that. Farouk, as I've mentioned, is one of my higher downloads in terms of cores. RVD was, I just took the version that was already uploaded. Somebody did a great job. I changed the hair color, but then also changed the whole attire. I think my attire actually looks better. I just wish that I had a really good high-res image for the RVD sort of airbrush paint attire that you can see. I have gone ahead and changed it with someone else's, so my advice to you is, if you download my RVD, also download the other RVD that's on there. You'll know who it is. He's got a really good attire. The actual attire looks brilliant. What I did was I downloaded that one, deleted the character, but kept the artwork, and then in my own personal game, I actually have his artwork for the attire, and it looks a lot better than this one. It actually now has made RVD look more or less perfect. So I'd recommend that one. Road Dogg is doing pretty well. He is going above and beyond all my expectations when I created him. It was really just a trial creation. If I'm honest with you, I was just beginning to learn how to do cores, and I was just trying stuff with Road Dogg. It doesn't look bad. Like, I'm not really happy with it, but I'm also not sad about it either. It's done really well. Honestly, I've put a lot more effort into others, and yet this one seems to be the one that everybody wants to download. Again, I really need to find some good attire textures, or even I might even go and look and see if I can get some myself, because if you haven't seen my X-Pac video, go and watch that, because my X-Pac video shows you the first time that I've really tried to take attire elements and logos from real life imagery and then put them in the game, and I think the results have come out quite well. Paul Orndorff. Now, Paul, I made Paul too late. I actually think this is the best Paul Orndorff that you're going to get on the game. I watched a Defract tutorial and then created this Paul Orndorff, and I was shocked at the difference in quality between the core that I'd made here and the others that I'd tried making before. So I was really happy, and this gave me a lot of confidence in terms of what cores I was going to create in future, and it also gave me a bit more belief that I can make better cores. The face texture is perfect, and the body's done well. I'm very good at the bodies. That's what I'm very good at, is creating the body morph, making the muscle structure look good. I'm very confident on that. So I always advise, even if you don't download it, look at the body structure I've used, try and mimic it. I also created the whole attire based on, I believe it was an old WrestleMania attire, but I saw it on Google and I just copied it. All the elements are in game for you to do that. I'd highly recommend Paul Orndorff, even though he's got like 17 downloads. Then there's D'Lo Brown, which I told you about. Again, I went back and recreated D'Lo, had another go. This is my version 2. I have created a moveset, and I'm so sorry I didn't put it in. I didn't have the moveset created at the time, but I do have the moveset. I'll show you that in a little bit. This Hunter Hearst Helmsley is a better version of the Hunter I made before. I've sort of darkened the hair colour. That was really all I've done. But it's worth downloading. In my opinion, that one's better than this one that's got 22 downloads. Now on to like the final 3 of the cores that I love. Al Snow, who's been amazing. I'm actually really proud of myself for Al Snow. This is like this is my standard bearing core at the moment, the one that I really love. As I said, after watching the defrat video, I just guess I've learned and tried to pick up stuff, and I ended up creating these. I managed to make the logos myself for the attires and stuff, so everything is really high res and looks really beautiful in game. I've seen this creation used on other people's games, which is sick. To be able to see other people using my creations in their game, there's nothing more gratifying than that. I love it. Thank you for those people who post about it. Next up is Crash Holly. And as you'll see, Crash, I'm a bit devastated. I thought he would get more downloads than he's had, because I actually think he is by far the best looking Crash Holly in the game. But I don't know. People haven't downloaded it. It's fine. I'm over it. He's got 28 downloads. Please go and find him, download him. It could be that he's just not a popular core. I don't really know. But like I said, I'm not bothered. It is what it is. I'm creating it for you guys. So 28 people have liked it, which is the main thing. The next one was Sandman. Now, I better explain this. You'll notice there's a gap here. That was my first version of Sandman. And I made a deal in my head that if this new Sandman took over that one, I would delete it and just go with this one. In the space of about 4 days or something like that since I uploaded it, it's already taken over Crash Holly. It took over the old one ages ago, and it's actually catching up with most of my other cores. I don't really know why, because all I did was widen his head, flatten his face a little bit, and try and change. I tried to make his eyes smaller, basically. So I did make a lot of minor adjustments, and I guess maybe that all of those minor adjustments put together have actually come out and created this great looking core. But it is what it is. I really like Sandman. I could do a better job with him, and I will next year in particular. I'm going to look at really making a good Sandman. I'm going to look at an even better D'Lo Brown, a better Road Dog. But I'm also going to, the reason I'm not, by the way, is because they've already started downloads. They're already doing pretty well. I just don't see the need to jump in and just reset the whole process now that they're doing quite well. But as you can see, I've got space for a few more cores. So like I said, if they're from the Attitude Era, hit me up, let me know, and I'll see what I can do. I'm not the best creator, but I am definitely getting better. I think that is evident with the creations that I'm making. So they're not even my best creations, okay? Images, I've got tons of images that I've created myself from the originals. My personal favourites, I've got ECW Capital Punishment, which I use in my universe mode. That's actually coming up at the end of my next week in my universe mode, so that video and that pay-per-view will be dropping soon. I created the ECW Championship Wrestling logo from scratch based on an image that I saw at one of the ECW events. ECW Extreme Mania, basically a load of the ECW stuff I just make. I created all of this, like I said, so I've gone in and created a high-res Fall Brawl image, both the purple and the green, if you want one of those. Slamboree I love. I'm a big fan of this. I had to find the font, obviously recreate the gradient look, and then I added the NWO logo that I also went back and created. Bad Blood, great logo. LWO is flying. It's just doing great. Didn't realise it would do that well, but it looks great on the attires that I've got at the moment in my universe mode. November to Remember, I again found the original font that they used for November to Remember. That is on my ring attire. It's on my ring aprons in the November to Remember arena. Survivor Series again created that logo from scratch. Super Brawl created it from scratch. SummerSlam created it from scratch. I used that in my 1995 SummerSlam arena. No Mercy, ECW No Mercy is an event I created last year on my universe mode. I just really like how simple and crap the logo looks, and I just think that it looks like the kind of logo ECW would have used for one of their events. So I've uploaded that a couple of days ago. It's already had 8 downloads. Now, onto the arenas, and this is where things get a bit more extra. Stark97, as you guys probably already know, is my most popular arena. 3,500 downloads on that so far. I'm hoping that's going to go higher and higher as we get through the year. World War 3 97 is doing really good. Fall Brawl 97 is doing really good. The Great American Bash has exceeded my expectations. That looks really good and is doing well. Slamboree 97 is a little bit behind. It's like the special child of these 5, but it's still doing really well at over 1,000 downloads. Next up, Bash at the Beach and Road Wild, finally over 1,000 downloads each. They are catching up with all 4 of these very quickly, so I'm expecting these to overtake these by the end of the year. My Road Wild in particular, I would definitely recommend that to you. Bash at the Beach, I've done a video about this on my channel. I recommend that you go watch it. Basically what I've done in the preview here, you can see on the right hand image there's a massive white Minitron and it's glowing white, looks awful. I've found out recently that the game WWE2k have updated the game. They've made a change so that you can now edit that Minitron. So what I've gone into and done is I've edited it with the logo and like a bluish watery background. Okay, it makes the arena, it just makes the arena look perfect. I'm so thankful that they added that on Thanksgiving, obviously. So thanks to WE2K for actually adding something that's worthwhile. Road Wild I absolutely love, put loads of time into that, watched the event. Just to let you know, I watch all of the events on the network and then I create the arena based on the actual event. So everything in terms of the colours, everything is authentic to how it looked back in 97. I can promise you that. I've got screenshots from the network saved on my phone, saved on my laptop in files that I use as reference pictures. November to Remember, so I mentioned that font that I've got earlier. There's the font on the side of the ring. This is the only ECW arena that I would say is better than Skunky Pants arena. It's the only one that I would say is better, okay? I'm not gonna get above my pay grade in that sense. That guy, Skunky Pants on Twitter, he's the man. He creates the best ECW arenas. I've really been inspired by him and I just wanted to create some myself. So I picked 1997 because I obviously did a WCW 97 pack, and then I've just recreated some of the arenas from the 97 year. SummerSlam 95, I love that. It's had 500 downloads. It's doing really well. It was one of my favorites when I downloaded it. This is the first time that I ever created. Firstly, I created the event logo from scratch. Secondly, I created the entrance image that you see with that fade from orange to yellow. So again, I watched SummerSlam 95. That is the exact, well, it's as good as it can possibly look for the entrance way. And then the arena, it's the ring and everything else looks as good as it possibly can do. Next up, you've got Barely Legal 97. Don't download that. I know this is weird as a creator saying don't download your own stuff, but Skunky Pants has a much better version. Go and download his. Like I said, he is a much better creator with ECW than I am. And it doesn't hurt my feelings to send you there either. Royal Rumble 94, again, it's an arena that I love from my childhood. It was the first VHS that I got. I've still got it at my parents' house back in the UK. And I just wanted to do a little bit of a tribute, so I created the Royal Rumble 94 arena. Next up, King of the Ring 98. I have made a really big error on this arena, and I only noticed it the other day doing a video. I accidentally left the World Wrestling Entertainment apron on the arena. I'm so sorry I did that. I am going to go back and create the other one, and I'll put it on community creations so that people can just go and change it straight out. But like I said, I apologise for that. I shouldn't have done it. It happened because this was a request. This arena was a request from someone who demanded that I use WF logo and the Federation stuff instead of WE. I did the logo and clearly forgot to switch out the entertainment bit, so I apologise for doing that. Apart from that, it looks great. Survivor Series 98, again, created the logos for this. I'm surprised that they've got the entrance on this game, but they don't have any of the logos for the event on the game. So I've had to create those from scratch because there aren't any good PNGs that I can find. There were no good logos for me to use, so I just went ahead and created it myself. I think it looks all right. Next up, Super Brawl 97 is one of my favourite arenas. This was a creation that I got a lot of gratification once it was finished from, because it just looks so sick compared to the original. I actually have managed to do a decent job of getting it almost there, almost accurate and authentic to how it originally was. I recommend you downloading that one. WrestleMania 14, basically what somebody did on the community creations, and I don't want to bash anyone, it's Thanksgiving. Somebody had smartly seen my King of the Ring 98 arena. They basically downloaded it and copied it and then just reskinned a WrestleMania 14 from it, which was fine. I get it. It was easy enough to do, and I probably would have done it myself had I have seen it. But I looked at it and I just thought they've done a terrible job with the aprons. The logos don't look high res. They haven't even put the WF logo in. They've got some of the color elements wrong from the actual arena. WrestleMania 14 was like my first huge WrestleMania that I was old enough to understand and watch. And I watched it through. I've got it on VHS along with my Royal Rumble 94 and SummerSlam 98. And I love WrestleMania 14, so I know it inside out. So I went in there, changed everything. You can see the difference in the entrance here. The WrestleMania 14 looks slightly to the right. That's because I moved it to the right, because the WrestleMania entrance was not directly central to the ramp. It was actually to the right. They walked in like a curved around to get to the entranceway. So that was just me trying to be authentic and get it exactly how it was. WrestleMania and WrestleMania 2 are good arenas. I would again recommend those. I get it, they're going to be lower downloads than others, but they are authentic in terms of their color schemes and the logos that I've used on the ring apron, etc, etc. I've massively upped the contrast to make it look dark around the arena, and it looks fantastic when you're playing. After that, you've got an ECW arena and my Extreme Mania arena. Both of those I use in my universe mode. I uploaded those just so that you guys could have a bit of fun. Maybe use them if you want. Or not. I really don't mind. Championships then. Okay, championships. This belt here, my Universal Tag Titles last year did awesome. Got loads of downloads. I think I got like 2,500 downloads on that one. Didn't do very well at the start of this game, but all of a sudden it's picking up. It's overtaken my WCW television title out of nowhere, and I guess people are just finding it and realizing that they like it. I don't know, but people like it. They're starting to download it. Then you've got the same old stuff I had last year with these two, the women's championships. I've just recreated them. I think they're a little bit better than last year, but whatever. Other people are making them now anyway, so it doesn't matter. But they're doing okay. WCW television titles doing good. That's had more downloads than I thought it would have. Again, 320 I'm really pleased with. I think it's considering I created this completely from elements that are already in the game, I think this is a really good belt, okay? I'm not the type of creator who likes to use PNG files too much. This is the first time I've used one on a belt, and the only thing I used was the word world and the little red circle around it. I needed to use that because that was the element that was missing from the television champion, this specific television title from WCW. But everything else is original. It's on the game. It's all stuff that you can use to create that belt. Next up is obviously my big winner, the World Television title for ECW. To be honest, I missed the fact when I first found out this belt was out of the game, I was livid. I was like, what is the point, WE, of having all of this ECW content? Why even have the World Heavyweight title and the tag belts if you're not going to have the television title and then also take out the pay-per-views? For some reason, they're sitting on the fence with ECW, and what I'd love to see 2K do is to really go forward and add a full-on ECW mode into the game. Give us the arenas, give us they've done it before, give us a couple of pay-per-views, give us the arena for universe mode, and give us back the television title. But with all those complaints, it was really easy to recreate a television title, and I think if you look at this, it looks 95% like the one that was on there before anyway, so I don't think it matters too much this year with the belt, but I am disappointed that they've taken so much off this year from ECW. These belts here are just basically the cruiserweight belts that I've got are belts that anybody, any weight division can win. you've got the World Heavyweight title for WCW. I've literally just renamed it and taken away the number at the end. I've done that with most of them just to get rid of the numbers. I've got a Universal title now that I'm going to use in my Universe mode, so I just uploaded that for the sake of uploading it. Like, it is what it is. My Hardcore title's got a few downloads, that's worth it. The most important one that I can show you from that bottom section is the ECW Cruiserweight title. This was one that I actually saw somebody change the colour of the Cruiserweight strap to black, and then it inspired me to create it for an ECW belt, and obviously I've used this deep red. I've changed the design a little bit. I wonder if you can spot what I've done, but obviously I've added the ECW logo as well, and that's proven to be a good download so far, so I'm pleased with that one. Money in the Banks are dead simple. This one has gone crazy. I did not realise it would get so many downloads because it's such a minimal and simple briefcase, but people like it. I guess they like the minimal look and feel. That's good because I do too. NWO, I've got an ECW briefcase that I think is the best ECW briefcase on the game at the moment, but it just hasn't been recognised and doesn't have downloads. That Universal one, which I use for my Universal mode, I still need to redesign that because it looks crap and it needs to look better. Again, WE, I just do a really basic one. I've got WE, WCW and ECW as my brands on my Universe mode, so I make very minimalistic ones for each brand. Then I redid WCW, adding the Money in the Bank logo to the top right corner. That is, to me, it's a lot better, but whatever. My Bret Hart one's doing quite well since I uploaded it. Again, a really simple design, and I'm glad people seem to like that. I did CM Punk's logo, then went on and found out that somebody else had already done a version, so I apologise. I wasn't trying to copy. I just was so lazy I didn't even check. This one is a bit different because this covers the entirety of the briefcase, but it is what it is. If you want it, download it, whatever. Then I did a Nation of Domination one. I wanted to basically do more Money in the Bank briefcases. I will be over the next 5 months or 6 months or whatever. But just to let you know, Nation of Domination's on there. I really like this little briefcase. If you don't know already, obviously I've created the Nation of Domination stable on this game now. I feel like I've got that one singled down. And then finally I've got the Sting briefcase. Again, just leaving it really minimalistic. I mean, I'm just going to make a bunch that are really minimalistic, but just whatever. If people want to download them, they can download them. Next up is the shows. I'm not going to spend too long on this. Just pause the video and have a look. You can see all the shows. All of the arenas are already on the game. They're already on Community Creation, so you can download all the arenas that you want. I did create the King of the Ring logo myself. I've got that as a PNG now. I'm so proud of myself for being able to create it. I've got it all. Very pleased with that. That'll be going up probably as one of my first uploads next year. Same with WrestleMania 14. Anyway, movesets, final one. Let's just jump to this. They're doing pretty good. I've spent hours on YouTube last year looking at movesets of each of these individuals, and I can tell you right now, these are great movesets. I've spent so long upgrading each one of them. They are spot on. Personal favourites, a lot of them are my personal favourites, but Sting, Ric Flair, funnily enough, the lowest downloads. Sting and Ric Flair and Bret Hart. Bret Hart and Sting have arguably got the two best movesets, in my opinion, of any wrestler. They're my favourite movesets, so I would recommend downloading those. Scott Hall, I've essentially changed the choke slam and switched it with the fall away slam for his signature maneuver. I do not understand why WE think that his fall away slam was not his signature maneuver. It's really weird, but anyway, I've switched it. Go and download it and it will all be resolved. I've also added a bunch of other moves into the moveset as well that he actually did, so it is a completely different moveset. Sting, again, I've transformed all of his moveset. It's much more accurate to the original Sting from '99. The Rock, again, went in there, did loads of moves, changed it all out. Shawn Michaels, exactly, went in and found his most popular moves and have thrown those into the game. Same with Bret Hart, same with DDP, same with Kevin Nash, same with all these guys. Goldberg's had a complete upheaval. I've changed all his moves around, and For some reason, the community have really taken to his one. 72 downloads, that's pretty good. So again, I would advise go and download Goldberg's moveset. It's very good. People seem to like it. Jake Roberts with free, as he's got a decent moveset. I don't know why his hasn't had more downloads. Macho Man's doing really well. Side note, I need to add, or you need to add if you download this, you need to add something that I forgot, and it's the biggest mistake I've made on any of these movesets. His signature maneuver was a pile driver. For some reason, I forgot to add it in. So all it is like, he's got a signature that's the double axe handle from the middle rope. Make sure you add the pile driver, because he hasn't even got the pile driver on the moveset, and it was his signature move. So definitely go and add that. Other than that, it's a brilliant moveset. Eddie's doing really well. I went in and changed Eddie's moveset, and that's actually done really well considering it was one of the later downloads for the movesets. Ghost, as I said earlier, that's my core, the guy I use in my career. That's a great moveset. That's the best moveset on the game, full stop. I'm a bit of a technical wrestler. I love technical wrestling, but I also love adding it with power moves. So this to me is the best of both worlds. So if you're a technical and power fan, download that moveset. You'll love it. I think you'll also love the signature maneuver that I've taken. It's basically, I don't know what it's called, but it's Scott Steiner's old finishing maneuver where he does the suplex into the pile driver. It is a beautiful looking maneuver. I love it. Download that. D'Lo Brown, as I said to you, I've created D'Lo Brown on the game, but I forgot when I did that to add the moveset. There it is, no custom moveset. Well, the good news is there is a custom moveset. The bad news is you have to go back into Community Creations and download it again. 9 people have downloaded it. It is the only D'Lo Brown moveset on the game that I can see at the moment. So I would again recommend you to download that. It's authentic. It's got everything in there from his... I think I've done his taunts as well. I've really tried to overhaul the whole D'Lo Brown experience. I've played it in the game myself, and it looks fantastic. That, my friends, is the end of the 30,000 download review. Now, what I want to do is finish this video by just going through a couple of things with you that I'm going to add for your benefit. What I'm going to do in the meantime is just do a normal match. I'm going to showcase a couple of my wrestlers so that you guys can see what I've done and what I've created. And then I'll just talk you through the final modes, and we'll probably finish this video mid-match just for a spoiler. So if you were hoping to get the whole match, I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. Let's go with... I want to remove manager. I don't like managers. So let's go with something really simple. Let's do Al Snow. Let's do the blonde Al Snow for this one. And then let's put it in a custom arena so that you guys can just have a look at an arena that I've created as well. Do you know what? I think I'm going to show you Bash at the Beach because that's changed. That's the one that I've probably edited the most. I know it's WE Wrestlers. Like, just forgive me for that at the moment. But... I think I'm going to do that because it's either that or King of the Ring, and I'm not pleased with King of the Ring at the moment. I'm going to do fast so that that's done. Here we go. So again, like I said, I've created this Bash at the Beach show and the arena. Obviously, I've used the template that's already given, but I've added the authentic colours from '96, which is when Hollywood Hogan turned heel. Not for the first time in his career, but it was the first like major turn after the whole eat your vitamins and say your prayers gimmick. So like I said, Farouk and Al Snow are probably the two of my favourite cores. That's why I'm using them, just to demonstrate what they look like in the game. Because I think my Farouk looks even better in the game than he does on like all the profile shots. And Al Snow looks as good as he does on the profile shot as he does in game. So you'll see that when it comes up. But like I said, I've got some links that I wanted to share with you. It's Thanksgiving. I want to give some shout outs to people. These are all Twitter handles, by the way. So Defract, you've got to go and follow him. Nick Breaker, you've got to go and follow him. Dr. Gorilla Nuts, go and follow him. Status, go and follow him. Skunky Pants, go and follow him. What I've done is to make it a bit easier for you guys, go onto my Twitter, at xharperco. I've just created a list today of all of the greatest of all time creators, okay? So if you want to see who I'm talking about and who I'm recommending, you can jump on there. The other thing I'm going to do, after this video is uploaded, I will write in the description all of the guys that I'm recommending, okay? These guys are people who are the best creators on the game in terms of core creations and arenas as well. Skunky Pants does incredible ECW arenas, so I just want to give them a shout out today and really boost other people rather than myself on a video for once. So please go and follow them, take a look at their work, go and, you know, pause the video, write down their names, and then go and download their content on the game, because it is awesome, and I think you'll agree when you see it all. The final link that I wanted to show you as Farouk enters the ring, the final link that I wanted to talk about was something that I was looking at literally today, and I sent a message out to Defract and Nick Breaker on this. I just wanted to say thank you to them, because they've been a real inspiration to me, and they've helped. They don't know me and I don't know them, by the way. We're not friends or anything like that, but they've, from afar, they've really helped me. Watching their tutorial videos has helped me exponentially, and the two characters you're seeing right now, Farouk was a guy that I started creating at the beginning of my learning process, so it's not the best, but it looks decent. Al Snow is the kind of creation I've done after watching their tutorial videos, so I would recommend going and watching that. It's on YouTube. Again, you can just ask him directly, and he's usually great at responding to people, so he'll tell you what it is. The other thing I'm going to do is, in the description, I'm going to put a link of a video that I'm watching at the moment. Literally watching it, I'm halfway through, and it's a video of, believe it or not, Defract and Nick on Twitch talking about and working their way through creating face textures, okay? And I would recommend that to any creator. Anybody who wants to learn how to be a better creator on this game for Cause, go and watch that video. I'm going to put the link in the description. You should watch it. It's a great video. I've only seen half of it, and I've already learned about 15 new things in 15.15. I'm not going to over-exaggerate and say 50, but I've learned a lot of new stuff that is really helping me, and it's also kind of motivating and inspiring me to actually say to myself, I should really get back into the creator wrestler mode and try and create some more wrestlers, because now that I've got this new information and I've seen it work for myself as well, which is the most important thing. Now that I've seen it all, I'm just like, I need to go into my game and do this. So I would recommend that to you. And my other update, my final update of this video is all about Universe Mode. I'm living in America now. It's Thanksgiving. Everything's shut down today. And basically, I didn't know that would happen on Thanksgiving. I've never experienced it before. And now that I know, it means that I'm having a day off myself, essentially. So I'm doing this video. I'm doing some update videos, which I've done over the last couple of days. But I just wanted you guys to know my Universe Mode will be back up in the next couple of days, if you've been watching that. Oh, I forgot to change Farouk's moveset, silly me. Why he doesn't do the Dominator is appalling. But anyway, I need to do, like I said, I need to do my Universe Mode and keep that up. I will be doing that, and I will be doing, I think I've got my ECW event up next, so you guys can go ahead and watch my ECW event in the next couple of days. Once you've watched that, make sure that you comment, like, subscribe, whatever it is, just give me feedback. If you don't like a video, don't just click the down thumb. Please tell me why you don't like the video. It really helps me to get your feedback, and like I said, I'm thankful for so many people in this community. I'm thankful particularly to my audience, and even more so to the audience who actually talk to me, because the ones who talk to me and ask me questions are the ones that help me understand what I'm doing right and what I'm doing wrong and what I can do better. So finally, Matt Hardy's come down to finish me off. I am X Harper. You have been awesome. Thank you so much once again for everything you've done so far. Please share my content if you think it's good for people. If you like it, talk about it. Show me videos of the in-game content. I love seeing people using my creations in their game. It's really fun to watch. And thank you once again. Have a great Thanksgiving. If you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, have a good day. Have a good few days anyway, okay? I'm X Harper, and until next time, what? It's really high.